Hello everybody. I wanted to give you a quick overview of this bag that just came in. It doesn't really need any introduction. It is the collaboration between Bedouin Foundry and Carryology. It is the Con. So I want to give you a quick overview of the bag, compare it to the original Genghis Messenger, and then just tell you some of my thoughts and opinions. Keep in mind, I have just opened this bag, so I can't really say that I have a formed final verdict, but I'll let you see it. So the very first thing that I notice is that there are these really nice black Cobra buckles. They are apparently the Pro style, which I'll talk about and compare a little bit later. The thing everybody loves is this nice high contrast interior with the bright orange and the black. If you notice, visibility isn't the best, but you know, who really cares when you have all of this really nice crunchy Dyneema going on. You do end up with a really nice matte black everything. There is this black Riri zipper. If you're not familiar with this zipper, they are Swiss made. They are apparently pretty expensive and they sound really nice. One thing that I really like when I first look in the bag, you can see that the lining is done all the way through, which is a really, really nice touch. I think it takes away some of the coldness that you tend to feel when you are handling Dyneema. And going into some of the pluses that I've noticed when you compare it to the Genghis Messenger, this bag at this point, being brand new, does a great job holding its shape. So right over here, I have the regular Genghis, and if I were to put it side by side, you will notice that this one has a little bit of a slumping problem. But let's keep these comparisons going, all right? First thing, one of my favorite things about Bedouin Foundry is just like how insanely plush and wide these shoulder straps are. So a little background on me, I'm a professional musician and I am a music teacher. So being tense teaching kids all day and then having an instrument on my shoulder all day means that I have pretty bad shoulder problems. But luckily, the Genghis is a bag that I can carry all day and I still feel some comfort. Now, when we look at the Con right here, Silas and Taylor were pretty smart with the design, and instead of having the Dyneema against your shoulder, they went with this pebbled leather. Now, if you look at mine, it's not the most figured, so I'm sure some people are gonna have really nice patterns on theirs, but one thing that I can say is that it feels very nice, very rich. It is a very nice feeling piece of leather right there. And it is a contrast to the front. On the front, it's just a smooth vegetable tan leather. One thing that I can say is that it is very stiff, and you can see that right here. Very, very stiff. It'll be interesting to see what this bag looks like when it starts to break in. So let's talk about these Cobra buckles. On this regular Genghis, you do not have the Pro style. Now, I had to do a little bit of reading to see what the difference is. Apparently, when the bag is tensioned on a Pro style buckle, you cannot actuate it in the least. Like, it will not open. Well, when you look at the Genghis, I've never had this issue, but apparently if you pull it and you try to open it, there it is. It can accidentally open. Now, this is something, to be honest, I don't really care about. But apparently, another nice feature about these is that there is, I think, like either a self-lubricating or self-cleaning feature with these actuators right here, which in theory should help with the longevity. I really don't know. But this bag is rated as a 25-liter bag. I don't know how they're measuring that. I will give you a sample loadout so you can see what the more realistic size of this is. So right here I have my 13-inch MacBook Pro and then my 11-inch iPad Pro. I'm going to slip it right into this like so-called laptop compartment, I guess. It could definitely hold something larger, maybe like a 15-inch just fine. I have right here my Peak Design Tech pouch. I don't know if it has a different name, that's just what I'm calling it. It makes sense. I have my wireless Sony headphones. And at this point, I am slowly starting to run out of room. I have enough room for this 32-ounce Purist bottle. And it's a snug fit at this point. And it's not really giving too much. So I would probably have to go with a smaller water bottle or just like sub it with my AirPods or something. So let's get this water bottle out of the way. One thing you could also throw in could be like a classic Bellroy pouch. And when you close it up, you end up keeping the shape pretty decently. It doesn't deform or bulge in any way. And let's tighten it up. All right, here we go. Now, I have not tested this at all because this just came in and I don't have any special like way to get it early. I don't think anyone does. Now let's talk some impressions. Now that I have some stuff packed out into it, it does feel a little bit plasticky. This isn't my first foray into Dyneema. I have another Dyneema sling here. This is the one from Chalk. What I will say is that this one, I believe, is a heavier weight Dyneema, and I can tell the difference with hand feel a little bit. I do not know how this will stand the test of time. I know that it is very much in fashion and a highly demanded and popular fabric. One thing that I do know for certain is that the Genghis will last and last and last. But there is one negative to this wax canvas. I live in a very hot state, and one of the issues I've had just being out and about on a weekend is that the wax has melted and transferred onto my back, and it has left my shirt stained blue. So definitely I'm considering using this as more of like a hot weather bag and using this more in the winter. Now, I didn't show you the interior, but the interior is the same, except it has a little bit more subdued nature. Now, I don't know if black is a slimming color or what. The con looks maybe a little bit smaller to me, and I would love to check that out for you guys. So let me do that real quick. And then at this point, I don't really have anything else to add, so I will end the video. Let's see if it fits. Oh, okay. So I couldn't fit the Purist bottle into the con, but I could fit it into the Genghis. So we might actually have a little bit of variance in size. That surprised me a little bit, but all of that aside, we are not looking at this bag. We are looking at this one right here. This is a quick overview of the